I'm Terry J. Walker, and right here, this is my superstar, social media sidekick, Mr. Bailey Bob, and we're bringing to you a new show streaming on Mupo Entertainment called the I Am Power Hour, where everyone has a song to sing, a story to tell, and having to follow their passion to have the courage to rise and thrive. Could you be one of our next interviews as we all work together to bring love, light, unity, and connection to one another, and again, to have the courage to rise and thrive? Join me on the I Am Power Hour streaming on Mupo Entertainment.
Let them watch this.
We're going to work on this. Back here on the mountain, and Mandy's getting back to her roots.
Let's roll, Allie. Yakety yak.
Hello, and welcome to the I Am Power Hour, and I am Terry J. Walker, and I know that today is the day of complete and total transformation. If you saw us on the last show, we were preparing for this day, for this moment, for this time. Lori, on the other hand, was making me haul wood, but we had a big time, a big day, and got to do some behind the scenes. But today is the day of transformation. It's going to be a big day. It may be a long day, but we're going to pull it out because we have the courage to rise and thrive. The only question still becomes, am I going to be able to make that walk across that fire? You have to stay tuned to find out. We'll be back right after this message. I got a special person I pulled aside. Today is the day of the Firewalk with Breakthrough Coaching International and my good friend, Lori Hudspeth. And this is my new friend, Paula, who has known Lori for many, many years. So I'm going to get some scoop that maybe nobody else has got. So Paula, tell me a little about Lori.
I met Lori when she was 15.
Ooh, you've known her for a while.
To our school to play basketball, and I was coaching basketball, and she was so interesting because she would just talk and just tell you things that you just weren't ready to hear sometimes. But
I think
at
she's
first I thought she
was
was just out there, extrovert, but eventually I came to know that she was wisdom, and I just had to sit and wait and let it sink into me what she was saying. And after she graduated and she went to the Grand Canyon with her mother for 3 weeks and had a life-changing experience when she fell out of the boat and almost drowned, she came back and I could see the light then. I mean, I could see the difference in that kid. And during her high school years, she struggled with her identity and her spiritualism and all of this that was inside of her coming out. She didn't understand it. At one point, she was suicidal. She came to me a few occasions, and we just sat and tried to talk through, and eventually I sent her to some help. And she went through them, got some help. Still took her a few years, I think, to get through and find herself. But after that life-changing experience, and she came back, she was like, I'm living. I'm ready to live. There's something I'm supposed to do. So I've just kind of switched roles with her. She's now my coach.
See?
And she's not only my good friend, but I can call her and she can help me anytime I need help. Just in the last couple of years, my parents were killed in a car wreck together at the same time. It was very traumatic. She was my first call. She always has wisdom for me that puts me back in the place that I need to be. Sometimes I get out and get lost, but she brings me back and centers me. And she's just a blessing. She's a blessing.
She is a gift. She is an angel here that walks among us, and I am so grateful to be here today on the Firewalk. Now, you firewalked before, obviously.
This is probably 6 or 7.
6 or 7 times, so this is going to be a great, great day.
This one's different. I can feel the vibrations. Something's different today, so I'm waiting to see what's going to happen. It's going to be exciting.
Oh, it's a great day. And you know, I already went out and did a little meditation myself, and I know that my loved ones, that I'm over here trying to work through some grief, and I can feel them. It brought tears to my eyes.
Absolutely.
So it is a different day, but man, I am looking so forward to it. Stay tuned because we have got a lot to cover today. I love y'all, and we'll see you soon.
I've had this farm for 27 years, and it's interesting because I was thinking about on the way over here how when I was 18 years old, I wrote a business plan for a healing retreat center, and that's what I've always used my farm as. Like, yes, we have fun and we have parties and we do all that when I used to live here, but this is the healing garden part, and that firewalk area out there is only used for firewalks.
All the limiting beliefs you can imagine. But as I have walked that path, I realize I've had to walk that entire path so that I can help each one of you. Because wherever you are, I probably have walked through it. From all kinds of abuse, from trauma, from good stuff, from amazing stuff, from being scared, like all of it. It's like God literally made me have to walk through it so that I could say, yep, been where you are, and I'm going to get you through it. You know, I used to say, like, when I see my clients, sometimes I go, I feel like you're in a big hole, and I'm going to help you build the ladder, and we're going to get out of it. But I'm going to come in and get you. I know how to get you out of there. So part of your journey today is going to be that. Okay, but I'm here holding the space knowing you can do that. Today is about you though. The beauty of today is you have to do it. So how much you put into today is how much you will get out of today. If you bring 100% of yourself, I promise you walk away from here completely different. If you kind of bring part of yourself, that's what you're going to get out of it. Okay, so I'm bringing 100%. I promise you my team is bringing 100%. And if you'll bring 100% of yourself, it will transform you today. So if you can commit to yourself right now to bring 100% to the day, I promise you it'll help you shift. And you may not even know what you're shifting, and that's okay too. That's really okay, because most of the reasons that we come to the Firewalk is not what we discover once we're here, including myself. I'm always like, ooh, wonder what I'm about to learn. Like, so bring 100% of yourself. What happens here stays here, okay? So if you hear something in a group, and you go home, you know, if it's something, let's say Denise shares something that's just like eye-opening for me and helps me have an aha moment. I'm not going to say, oh, this girl Denise, oh, see her right there in the picture of the, you know, at the fire. I might say someone at the Firewalk. It's okay to say someone had a breakthrough about this. You're not, you know, because that somebody may need to hear that. But we're not going to out Denise. Oh, did you know that when she was 3 years old, like, wow, can you believe that? We're not doing that. Okay, so I'm very strict about that because it's our sacred journey, and there's a reason it's just us. Every Firewalk, everybody always asks me how many are coming, and it's always like, these people drop out and these people add, and it's always exactly who needs to be sitting here. And so we're all going to make an agreement to that, right? Like, yes?
Yes.
Okay, great, awesome. So, including myself. Like, although I'm the only disclaimer I'll say. If you want to share that Lori said she was suicidal, or I'm good with that because I made an agreement with Spirit that I would use my life to help others. So you can quote me. You could say Lori said, or Lori was suicidal and now she's not. I'm okay with that. If I share it here, you can share. Okay, that's my. If I don't, I'm not going to share something I don't want to be shared. So, although I'm pretty open book, like completely 100%. Okay, so some of you all. So my road has been broken. Okay, I had 2 near-death experiences, And the raft, whitewater rafting it, my mom and I rafted the whole canyon, 172 rapids. The year before, we went back the second day. It's a 15-day trip. The raft flipped. I got stuck underneath the raft and started inhaling water and was drowning. And you can read about it in my book coming up, but it's a really long journey. And I ended up 28 minutes in the water. It was 34 degrees. I should have died of hypothermia. I should have drowned. I should have had my head bashed in. But during that journey, I had been suicidal, and I heard a voice say to me, if you want to let go, you can. It'll look like an accident. I know you have a lot of shame around wanting to kill yourself. And I said, no, I want to live. I was underwater when this was happening. And this bright, bright white light, I started saying a Hail Mary, because I grew up Catholic. I was like, Hail Mary, full of grace, the Lord is with thee, blessed. And this white light comes through, and I shot out. But then it was almost like Spirit said, are you sure? And then I had to fight my way down the rest of the rapids. But it did change me. Like, I was completely different after that, because I had had this experience in that moment. Now, in the very next year, my best friend killed herself. And she shot herself. And I never could understand how did I get through all of this and she didn't? What was the difference? So I started pondering this. Fast forward 10 years later, I'm on the Dude Ranch and a horse crushes me to the ground. Should have died again. By everyone's count. I shouldn't be able to be standing here either. And so at that point I decided I better figure this out real fast, because, God's trying to tell me something. So that put me into the healing thing, where I became a life coach, and I started gathering tools. Like I am certified hypnotist. I went to metaphysical school, got a bachelor's degree in metaphysics and ministry, and I became a shaman and went and studied all over the world with shamans all over the world. And I said, oh, Master Firewalking instructor. So then I went and became but I kept gathering tools, right? I know how to do Reiki, and the more I know of the end. The reason I studied with the Peruvian shamans is it's pure. The Native Americans got watered down and very westernized, and they were told that they couldn't teach it, and they were killed for it. And in Peru, these Inca descendants, actually from the Mochi, sit there, and they haven't been westernized. But they gave us permission to share, and said that it will be the West that will heal the world, which is us. And so they started training us Westerners how to help heal the world. In our tradition, we call the South first. And in the South, we have serpent. That's why I said they're going to show up. I mean, they're out there. Whether or not they come visit or not is another thing. And I did not like snakes when I first started this. I still am a little But serpent represents your physical being, okay? We're here right now, physical. The serpent walks belly to belly with the Great Mother, feels every vibration of Mother Earth, right? But they also represent the oldest part of our brain. The part of our brain that says, I'm hungry, I'm tired, I want to have sex, I need, physical need, okay? Because that's how they think, hot, cold. They don't really sit there and be like, I just feel really happy today. They do not do that. So serpent represents that part, but it also represents shedding the past. And this is really big. So when a snake starts to get bigger, that skin is too tight. So it has to shed the skin. Every one of you are here for a reason to grow. And so you're ready to shed, you got to shed the past in order to grow, in order to expand. But a serpent does it differently than we do. We go to a psychologist and we're like, I got this abandonment issue I want to work on. And we peel it off, right, Lee? I got this, my mother. And we peel it off. Serpent says, no, you can just shed the whole past at once. And truthfully, for those of you who are like, I don't want to talk about my childhood abuse, you don't have to shed it. You do not have to talk about it, especially in my shamanic tradition. There's a lot of no words. Like, we can just clear you without you telling me a sad story, okay? So I want you to know that unless you need to share that, you don't have to in order to shed it. So don't be like, oh man, I held back, now it's not going to shed. It will shed, I promise you. So they shed the past, but then the other thing serpent doesn't do is it says, hey, Terry, you see all this shit I shed off? It doesn't carry it around as a trophy, right? So that's okay too, to just leave it. All right, then we go to the west, or Tarongo, mother, sister, jaguar. It's the female jaguar. There's no one higher on the jungle than the female jaguar. She could see in the dark. and she kills with one bite. Like, crush. Okay, versus, so this is that pain suffering part. Our dogs grab a hold of a rabbit and shake it, right, to kill it. Lots of suffering for that poor rabbit. The jaguar just crushes its skull. So we want our transformation to be rapid. Who wants to suffer over it? Like, every epic journey I've ever taken, I go, you want me to do what? Like, that's what I say. But then I take the epic journey. And the reason I can take it, and the reason all you guys can take it, is Hummingbird knows the way. You know the way. Your soul knows the way. It knows the path. It's our head that doesn't. It's our ego that doesn't. It's your friends that don't, your parents, all those people who tell you what you shouldn't be doing. But your soul knows. Okay, so I'm really big on you guys finding your soul today and learning to really listen to your soul. Because at the end of the day, at the end of your life, that's all that's going to matter to you. Is did you do what it said? You know, I promise you. It's the chances you take. Even if it feels like a failure, it never is. So Hummingbird is going to guide you today on your mythic map. You may say and do things that you were like, wow, where'd that come from? Let Hummingbird do that. I do it all the time. I say stuff all the time. Like right now, I'm like, wow, this is interesting. This is coming out. Like, you just got to let it come out. Okay? So your work is going to shift you, which shifts your lineage. I see it every day in my work. Every single day. It will shift them. So whatever you work on today, it's like you raised your hand and said, you know what? I'll take that on. And this is where it stops. And this is where we heal today. We move forward today. So it's big. It's really big. And they come to cheer you on. And they come to give you energy. And they come to be proud of you. So accept that and feel that as we're here today. Because they do come. They show up. And it can be emotional when all of a sudden you feel them whispering to you. So it's pretty cool. But anyway, they do come. They're invited from the north. And then in the east, we have eagle. Eagle represents God's spirit. Okay? Whatever you want to call God. Eagle flies to the highest heights. Eagle condor. They've been clocked at 29,000 feet. They can see the curve. I've seen videos that makes you cry. They can see the curve of the earth. Okay? And in Peru, some of the condors have literally flown 8 hours straight, never flapped their wings, and soared hundreds of miles, just soaring. They have 12 feet wingspan, and they just soar. Okay, so we want to fly wingtip to wingtip with great spirit. We want to have the courage to do that. We believe that eagles generally nest at the highest point. So they nest at the highest mountains, the apus. We call them apus. You'll hear me say that. And why is that? Because they're up high, close to God, right? But they can also see everything. So while we have serpent who's down in the grass and can't see over the grass, we have eagle that goes to the highest heights and can see the big picture. So
I'm Lena. This is my 7th workshop in Firewalk. Don't let that scare you. I've had a lot of work to do, and I've done a lot of work. Lori knows. Whew. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure what's coming up today. I just know I'm supposed to be here. And there's going to be something pretty magical about this particular one. I think I had a lot of stuff to get out of the way to really make a jump into the next level. So I'm ready for it. I've been stoked for 2-3 days straight. Haven't hardly been able to sleep. So I'm ready. Whatever comes up, and I'm honoring everything that happens, no matter what it is. Yeah, it's just whatever it is, it's glorious. It's the best way I can describe it.
And my wife's done a fire walk, and she came back totally shifted in such a positive, wonderful way. So I'm here, and I'm hoping to really let go of all my self-limitations I just pulled onto me as a child. And I need a major shift, and I'm hoping to let go of keeping myself small and somehow shifting into a place of power. And that's what I'm hoping to do today. Scared shitless. And excited. I guess it's the same kind of feeling, and I've just always associated it with fear.
My name is Rosie. I know Lori from camp. This is my first firewalk. I was her counselor, but then we worked together.
Okay.
My name is Sharon, and this is my 4th walk with Lori, walking on the fire and transforming. And each time I do take away a lot from it. I've grown so much in the last 2-3 years, especially. Went through a 35-year relationship. Didn't know how I was going to start over. Didn't know how I was going to never worked, get back into the workforce, go to school, but ended up excelling in everything I've touched. It's like in my spirit, it just keeps rising up, and I just keep like going after it. Like no fear, no fear. Lord taught me no fear. So whatever comes up now, it's like, you don't scare me. I'm after it. So I hope everybody gains a lot from this, but I enjoy and try to make every firewalk I can make because it's worth it.
I'm Denise. I've never heard of Lori originally. I saw a friend of mine on Facebook that came here last year, Kaylee Jane, and was looking at her pictures, and I was just really intrigued. And I always think it's good to learn anything more to empower you to teach yourself that your mindset is the one that puts limits on yourself on what you can do. And I think it's great I've never been to a class that was designed for that. I've done things that's taught me some of that, but I'm just excited, and I think it sounds awesome. So I have no idea what to expect, so teach me.
Rachel. I'm a recovering alcoholic, and Lori, I got a year and 5 months, and Lori has been very instrumental, prequel, to getting me here. I talk to her often, and I'm going for my highest and best period. That's where I'm at. I'm here to heal ancestry and to hold space for everyone, because I have to be able to give what I can give back. So that's why I'm here, and we'll see what happens.
I'm Paula. I have been with Lori a long time. Been with Lori through all of her trauma and all of her healing and all of her, I'm going to be a firewalk instructor. Will you come to the first one?
I'm Val. This will be my third firewalk. The very first firewalk, I remember talking to Lori at the very end, and I think I put your face in my hands and was like, I have to work with you again. Like, I was like, I don't know what just happened to me, but I want more of this. And I've been in ebbs and flows, because the second firewalk, I was very much, I could tell I was in resistance, and I was very much in kind of a painful place, but I still was able to walk on the fire. And so that was actually able to tell me that no matter where the emotions were shifting in my life, I was able to still stand in my power. And so that was very encouraging for me. Today, like many others, I'm actually not sure what's here for me today, but I'm excited, I'm ready, and I'm open.
I'm Terry, and we've had some pretty significant losses this year. And I've had to learn to navigate some waters that I never knew. So I'm here to learn and to open up and to allow and to trust myself more fully so that I can more fully help others.
And ironically enough, one day I was kind of thumbing through Facebook like everybody does, and all of a sudden in my feed there's this thing that says Breakthrough Coaching International Workshop and Firewalk. I had no idea what it was, had never seen anything like it before, wasn't tied into anybody with this, so why was it showing up in my feed? So I thought that was a little bit ironic, so I clicked on it. I was curious, read through it, and I'm like, sorry, I'm gonna get emotional.
That's all right. That's okay.
I felt called. Something kept tugging. It's like I just kept being pulled to it. It's almost like I couldn't close the app. So there had to be a reason. So I kind of looked into it, reached out, and I'm like, I don't know if this is for me or not. I don't know anything about it, never done anything like this before, but I just know I'm not happy where I am. I'm not happy with who I am. I'm not happy with what I look like. I'm not happy with anything. I hate everything there is to hate about my life. And it was bad. It was bad. And then I reached out to Lori about it, and she's like, come on over, join in, see if it's for you. No judgment. That's what I felt better about, because I was always afraid of being judged for how I was, or who I was, or what I looked like, what I said, everything.
Yes.
I felt like I was being judged by everybody, which I found out later is a lot of inner work that needed to be done. I had a traumatic past growing up, traumatic relationships. A lot of people do, dysfunctional this, that, and everything else. But that was, I don't even know how to explain what happened that day. It's like something cracked open, and some light was shining through this crack, and I just knew it was like the start of something. I didn't know what it was the start to, I just knew it was the start of something. And I guess that's what transformation is all about. So, 6 workshops and firewalks later, my life has taken a complete 180, and everything is different now. The way I see myself is different. The way I feel about myself is different. The way I see and feel about other people is different. I actually want to be around other people now, whereas before I didn't want to be around anybody because I was afraid somebody was judging me for something. But with work with Lori, I come to find out it was me judging myself that was causing me to see this in other people. So there's been a lot of changes since then. I know everybody's path is different and everybody's journey is different and everything, but mine has just been so extreme and dramatic changes with every workshop and firewalk that I've been on. And I'm nowhere near the person I was before. Now I have a vitality for life, and I have motivation, and I feel inspiration that I didn't feel before. And it's like I want to go on adventures and do things that 4 years ago I would have never even considered. I didn't want to go anywhere, didn't want to see anybody, didn't want to do anything, and it's now I just feel like a whole different person and 10 times lighter than I used to be. It's like the weight of the world is off my shoulders now. So much healing has taken place. It's just so involved, and there's just so much to it, and I just can't express enough how grateful I am for every opportunity that I've been able to come and work with her, and what she's been able to do for me and a lot of other people. Just to watch other people I know how their lives were before and how their lives are now, and watching them transform and watching their lives change. And it's not just me. Now I get to witness other people doing it too, and it's just incredible. I just don't know what else to say about it other than it's for everybody. Whatever it is, it's for everybody. We can all improve, we can all change, we can all, soar for... We all got our stuff. Yeah, soar like an eagle in the skies. It's just absolutely wonderful.
It's beautiful. That is beautiful. We got a lot more of these to come. You guys are going to love every ounce of this. Do not tune away from this. This day is absolutely powerful.
Go, Terry.
Hey, I got a pro and a newbie, and it's a family affair. So I'm going to ask you, Stephanie. You're the newbie. I'm a newbie today too. So what do you hope to get from today?
I'm just gonna come. I'm just gonna see what happens, and I guess we'll go from there.
Well, I'm with you. We're going to see what happens today.
Yeah, I know.
And now we're going to go to a pro.
Yeah.
Okay, how many times have you done this?
This is my 4th.
4 times. And so there's been a lot of transformation.
Lots.
And you learn something new every time.
Every time it could be 6 months down the road. You just keep on, depending on how much you've got to put up with. I had a lot of trauma and toxic stuff I had to let go of, and basically find who my true self was, my spirit versus the lies. So
that's it. We're going to break through, aren't we?
Breaking through.
We're breaking through, Stephanie.
Yes, we are.
All right. We got more to come. You guys stay tuned. I'm getting transformative talking from you. So we're going to have a great day.
Thank you.
I want you to write the 3 limiting beliefs that you want to let go of at the fire tonight. What do you want to let go of? If you don't have to know the how is none of your business. It's God's business. It's true. If you have a desire in your heart, the how will figure itself out. God will guide you there. Your spirit will guide you there. Your source will guide you there. Your heart will call you there. So many people stop dreaming because they don't know how. They go, I don't know how to do that. And then they just sit still. You know, you could shift that. You could shift that today. Who you were yesterday does not have to be who you are today. You literally have that right to just shift it, okay? I've seen healing occur like that. I'm telling you, I'm about to put you in front of a bunch of fear, and it's on purpose, okay? And what we're about to do is we are going to take these boards, and you're going to break them with your hand, okay? Now, how many people right now are thinking, I didn't come for a board break, I came for a firewalk? Raise your hand. It's just the crap that you carried around. But what I used to do, I swear it becomes a pet. It's like, yep, nope, got my pet. I'm too much, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough. It's okay to play small. In my case, you know what I say? Lots of other firewalk instructors. Well, tons of healers. Okay, until I sit with the person who says, this week, I went to 31 healers. How come you're the only one who saw this? I'm like, well, I don't know, but that's my gift. You know what I mean? So, like, who am I to keep that gift from somebody else? Every one of you have gifts that the world needs. Who are you to keep that? It's not about you. Okay, so what went through your mind right before you did it?
I paused.
Did you feel it?
Yeah.
And what was the hesitation part on there? Which part of it was the hesitation?
I looked, read it.
Which one got you? Think through it. Okay, so it really, there are many, many ways to do many things. And so it is no less than someone going through the arm, okay? Because you still have to, you're still reclaiming all of this. And it's like you're putting your foot down. Right here.
had to sit in that. Because you're a principal. But then it was tearful and it was painful. But you have to have the courage to rise. And it took me a little bit, but I pulled that out.
Yeah.
And I thank you for that. And all of you for your love and support.
Yeah.
In this circle of energy.
I just thank you for everything that you represent, everything that you do, how you are a healer in this world. I'm completely blown away, and I'm a totally different person than I was.
Hi, this is my friend Trish, and we're having a ball, and we're heading to the fire. It's about to be a hot time in Old Town tonight. Trish.
I can't wait.
Trish.
Yes.
What have you gotten from today?
Power
Power.
that I didn't know I had.
And you sure did. I've already seen a transformation in you.
The beauty in this is going through the process and finding out that all of those fears, all of the stories, all of that pain that we experience that causes us to shrink, right?
Yeah.
By the time we get up there and you work through the process, everything that we talk about, and taking that first step. And once you take the first step, you just keep walking. But I do know that without a doubt, the one you're trusting is yourself. Living from their heart place, living from their soul's journey. That has been my message from the beginning. And so I'm excited. I'm excited that people are waking up to the possibilities, and hopefully that during the pandemic they are finding that they can use that was really for them, right? To go inward. I didn't tell you this before, but I found in my life when I was in those near-death experiences, and I had to find that inner warrior, and we did talk about that part.
Yeah.
But what I didn't tell you was when you're facing something as scary as fire burns, that earliest belief that we have, it's primal.
Yeah.
Primal.
Yeah.
Fire, run from it, right? Yeah. When you face that primal fear, and you're able to dismantle that, and when you find out that it's not true, the fire doesn't always burn, it just shatters all of it. And it is like facing your death. And because you face your death, which is a big fear for people, you know, and because you're facing that primal, oh my gosh, primally, this makes no sense that I would do this. And there isn't any real reason, right? Firewalk, it's not like there's somebody you love on the other side that you got to go save.
Yeah.
But to find that within yourself, to pull that power out, your real power.
Lena, 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 Lena. That girl is on fire.
I am for
I
sure.
don't know about this
I am
girl.
for sure, but I do tell people, you know, Terry, it's important to come with an open, curious mind.
Absolutely.
And you don't always have to walk to have the transformation, because there's magic during the day. The transformation happens during the day. And I always tell people, Terry, that you don't decide if you're going to walk or not until you come up to that edge of that fire, take everything I taught you throughout the day, trust your own intuition. And you know what, Terry? Yours may say it's not your fire to walk on. And I honor that if that's the case. Great job. All right, Jimmy, are you going?
Yeah. Before I make my second walk, I'll be 75 years old this year.
Oh my
In 1968 and 69, I was in a place called South Vietnam. And a lot of babies, 17, 18, 19-year-olds that never had a girlfriend, never held a girl's hand, didn't own a car, didn't drive. And I'm going to tell you all this. This one's for them.
Terry.
Terry, when you walked up to the coals, well, let's go back to the burning of the fire. What was running through your mind when that fire was burning?
Some anxiety, but I was also listening to you and what you had to say and the teaching of it. An angel on one shoulder and maybe a devil on the other or whatever, and you're just doing this. Yes, walk, no, don't. Yes, walk, no, don't. Just took a deep breath and I looked at you on the other side, and I looked up and I felt my people who, have gone on before me recently. And I just took a deep breath and I said, I'm here. And I just sailed across it.
You did. You sailed right across it.
I did.
You did not hesitate. Everybody, I want to be the first to welcome you to the fire tribe as Firewalker! Way to go! Are you having fun? Yeah. All right, we'll keep going, okay? For a little while longer. The fire has said okay, so we will do it. So it's nice and friendly, the fire. Just nice. That there are going to be people who say that the only reason you could do this is because you were barely on these. So Clint wanted me to show you that isn't always true. Whoa. So do not ever let anyone diminish you for what you have done here. Okay? Because it is real. And once you become one with it, you can fire to say that you were only on them a short time. Wood's a poor conductor of heat, all of that. But I can tell you when I get on there, what happens is when I start to feel the heat come up or I start to feel a fire kiss, I have to breathe down and not allow that to come over the top of me. Okay? Much like some of you guys experienced as you walked, right? Like it's like, oh wait, right? So that's one reason that you guys should all come back to the 40-foot. Yes. So that you can experience that, because the longer you're on there, the more you're like, oh. Yeah. Like, oh. Like it really does keep rewiring. But what you guys did tonight, like I said, even if you step once and it doesn't matter the length or how long you stand on it, it matters that you took the first step. And you guys should be so proud of yourself for what you just did.
I mean, she hit on all cylinders, and the whole group, the electricity, the energy was off the chains.
Above what it normally is. This group right here, y'all don't know where you're going yet, but you're all going to excel. You were all ready. Every one of you are ready.
I'm going up and I'm doing it. And there was no stopping me. And I just did it. And I did it twice.
Yeah.
And there was just no stopping. The energy shift is absolutely phenomenal. An amazing weekend. That's just all I've got to say about it. And Lori, Breakthrough Coaching International, and you have pulled off a transformative day for me and for many people who were here. And I'm speechless.
I can tell you are. I know you are. Was it more than what you thought it was going to be? What do you know what you expected? I'm just curious.
I tried not to have a lot of expectations. I tried to more allow for whatever it was going to be, because I was kind of afraid, as we've talked about, fear of prejudging things. As I've always been so busy worried about what other people wanted me to do.
Yep.
And after the losses that I've had, I've navigated waters that I don't know how to navigate.
Right.
Because I'm on my own.
Yeah.
And it is a trust factor that I've
Yeah.
had to find. And this weekend helped me more than anything to learn to start believing in myself.
Which is amazing.
And that is amazing.
Yeah.
Lori, I love you.
Well, I love you too.
And it's been a
I
great
want to say
weekend.
something about you. When you're in the world and you're looking for people to lead you,
Yeah.
you got to follow the leaders who've been there, done that. And you showed up today. You had the courage. You walked your talk, the courage to rise and thrive. I put her through a lot of stuff today that's pretty scary.
Yeah.
And you didn't run off, and
No.
you faced all of it, and you stepped up and you walked your talk. And that is very important because there's a lot of talk out there.
Yes, there
But
is.
this is very physical. We're not just talking about motivation, right? We're not just talking about inspiration or change. You literally stepped into the fires of change, and you stepped into that. And I'm very proud, and I'm very honored that you would come to my Firewalk and bring your team and take this out to the world, because it means the world to me. My life, I realized a long time ago I just wanted to make a difference in the world, and thank you for being a part of that for me, for helping me, because all the people who came today allow me to be me, which changes me and helps me to grow and expand myself.
Yes.
You know, it's honoring to me, but it's also a beautiful place for me to hold space.
Yes.
And I love it.
We're energy beings
Absolutely.
having a physical experience.
Yep.
Or you can say we're spiritual beings
Yep.
having a physical experience.
Yep. And this time we just happen to be on Earth.
And energy never dies.
No, it just transforms.
It just transforms. And that's what we've done this weekend. I'm so grateful to be here. I am so grateful for you, our audience. I am so grateful for you, Lori, and I am so grateful for our wonderful team that pulled all this out and helped to make this possible. You all come back now. You hear?
Congratulations,
because we're
Firewalker.
going to see you again.